How many stores would you maintain when you first start, assuming one product a day? For a total beginner, I would always recommend like 3 stores. I think 3 stores is like a great kind of minimum to have, because 3 stores, you do 3 different niches. So one would be like one niche. I would always recommend to do like women's clothing. I think is really, really, really good. So like women's Western clothing, I would do one store in this. So I would maybe sell, it's winter right now, so I'd maybe sell jackets, woolen shirts, bunch of different stuff. Like I would focus on winter clothing, okay? So like hoodies, jackets, that sort of thing. One store I would then do in probably home finds, somewhere in here, maybe bathroom. Bathroom's not that good. Oh, I know what to do it in. Yeah, like blankets, this sort of thing. So again, kind of a winter niche, which is okay. But I would do something like this, so blankets. So that's first niche would be women's clothing, second niche would be something like blankets, and the third niche, I would kind of do something getting ready for summer. So I'd maybe do gardening. Let's have a little look in here. Like sell some shit like this, garden ornaments, some random bullshit like this. I think this is actually quite a cool little product. I'd sell something like this, you know? Those are 3 stores. So the good thing about doing 3 different, totally like kind of separate stores is if one of those niches doesn't work very well, the others will kind of pick up, you know, or maybe 2 don't work that well and one's killer, you know. But by spreading out into a couple different niches, you're going to be in a much better position in case one doesn't work. But it's very, very, very unlikely that all 3 don't work. And in terms of budget, like if you have very minimal budget, you can start 3 stores and spend nothing. You can start 3 stores and spend maybe $100, $150 per store, which is what I would recommend. But yeah, like that's what I would say, to be honest. That's what I would say. I'd do 3 stores right at the beginner, spread out the niches, couple different niches, 1 product a day, run ads after 14 days, $5 a day is what I'd recommend. Can you legally pay tax? Paying tax is down to you. Like, what the fuck do you mean? Like, yes, of course you can legally pay tax, bro. Like, this is not... Okay, so if you're doing drop shipping on the platform, it's kind of a gray area. Okay, that's one thing. It's like, technically based upon their terms of service, you could kind of class that you are doing some things, right? So it's kind of a gray area, right? But breaking the terms of service, right, is not illegal in any way, shape, or form under anything ever. Like, it's not illegal ever, right? Like an example of doing something illegal that you could get in trouble for would be selling something on the Etsy platform and then not shipping it to someone. That is illegal. That is not allowed. You could, in theory, get sued for doing that. Very, very, very unlikely. They're just going to take the money away from you, really. Like, because that's why there's reserves and stuff, there's holds. But no, it's not illegal. Like, it's not illegal. Can you pay taxes? Yes, that's down to you. You open up a company or you just speak to an accountant and pay your fucking taxes. Not that fucking difficult. I've been paying taxes for 5-6 years. I mean, ever since I opened up a business, I've been paying taxes. And I pay a lot of fucking taxes. But yeah, I think that answers your question. But yeah. Also one thing about the, like, the breaking terms of service kind of thing, bro, who gives a fuck? Like someone said, I remember in the Discord the other day, like, I don't want to break terms of service because I don't want to break terms of service. Like, bruh, come on, man. Like, at the end of the day, I don't know why people care, like, think these huge companies care about the people that are selling on their platform. Like, on a mass, they don't give a fuck. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, they don't give a fuck. Like, okay, I'll use it, like I don't know why people care about the terms of service. Right, if let's say Etsy has a hold on your store and you need to pay rent, you're gonna get evicted if you pay rent, okay? If you don't pay rent, sorry. You're literally gonna get evicted tomorrow if you don't pay rent. You send Etsy support a message saying, I'm going to get evicted tomorrow. Please can I have my money in the reserve that you are holding just in case I don't scam anyone? They won't send you shit. They won't send you anything, okay? Like, they don't care about you. Why do you give a fuck about them? And they also know people are doing this on the platform. Like, they know people are dropshipping on the platform. Like, if I was working for Etsy's, like kind of safety and security team, right? If I was working fucking Etsy CEO, could get rid of dropshippers like that. Like, so easy to do so. Like, so easy to do so. So easy to do so. You know, if you look at like what TikTok Shop is doing, and they've made it harder for dropshippers, it's still possible, but they made it a lot harder to do that. And it's, I think maybe they changed it, but it's basically you have to have inventory to actually do it. Etsy could do something like that very easily, the drop of a hat. I mean, TikTok has done it. TikTok Shop's been around for like 2 years. Etsy's been around for like 12. Craig, I want to do candles. Should I? Probably not. Like, candles and Etsy is just not really the best niche for most kind of people. Like, really, the issue with candles is they're quite big, and you can't always get the average order value that you want to have, right? So the biggest problem with candles on Etsy is just purely the average order value is not that great. So if we look at these kind of things right here, so like $10, $12, $12, $10, $10, 26, that's a bit better, but also the cost of goods of this item is going to be quite high. This is also a holiday one, like it's actually a fucking cool candle to be honest. But anyways, $15, you know, 22, but like 3.35. I mean, that's a bundle of things. So the problem with candles is essentially they're quite large and quite bulky to do drop shipping with. So an item that is heavy and is large and is potentially fragile. A lot of candles are in, so this one's in glass, this one's in glass, this is in glass, this is in glass, you know. A product that is heavy and voluminous, large, compared to really the amount of money that you can sell it for, is normally not a good product to sell. Normally something that I would not recommend to sell. You can make money with it, there are ways to do it. It's just not something that I would recommend to do for other people to do. In terms of drop shipping them, like you can do stuff. One thing I would say is I have actually drop shipped candles in the past, and quality of candles in China is often dog shit. So it's actually kind of easier to make them in the UK. Can you profit if you initially spend $300 in your first month? Don't got a lot, but I'm opening 3 new stores which you recommend. Each store will be $100, so $3 a day. Yeah, of course. What do you mean? Like, of course you can do that. Of course you can make money. Like, that's the entire strategy. That's the entire thing that I talk about on YouTube. Like, that's what all my guides say. That's literally everything. Yes. Yes. I would say one thing, like, get a job is one thing, I would say, to be honest, because for every business you need cash flow. For every business you need some sort of money. Like, it's very, very, very important, right? Yeah, like you need money. Like if you can get a job, like even like whatever the fuck, I don't know where you're from. Maybe with that name, you're from like a developing nation, so it's harder to get a job that pays a decent amount of money. But if you're from the UK or from any first world country, even if you're young, even if you're 13, you should be able to get a fucking job that pays, I don't know, 50 quid a week, like quite easily. Yeah, if you've got a store on Etsy that's doing like 8 to 12 hours, it's good. I would always, I mean, the simplest advice that I would have for that, Roger, is keep adding products, right? And kind of double down and triple down on the products that are already working for you. The products that are already doing pretty well for you, do more of them, right? Obviously, increase your ad spend. Don't go crazy, right? But slowly kind of start to increase it. And I would also say never have one store, right? So always build out more stores, which is what you're doing as well, right? I've got 2 new stores. Yeah, 2 new stores to build, bro. Yeah, like always keep doing that. And if something's working well, like keep kind of doing more of it, you know? And hey Craig, is personalized jewelry still good to sell? Personalized jewelry has kind of always been maybe a bit mid, in my opinion. I don't think it's really good. I think it's a very saturated, very busy niche. Because the problem with personalized jewelry is, one, it's a huge niche. There's a lot of people buying personalized jewelry, and Etsy is the place to buy it, right? 100% Etsy is the place to buy it. It's the best place to buy it, really the only place to buy it. There's not really any competition in terms of like personalized jewelry on the internet. But for this kind of thing, I would say, yeah, I mean, I personally would not do personalized jewelry. I think personalized jewelry is one of those niches where it's a really good niche, but it's very, very, very busy, okay? So it's a very busy niche, there's lots of people in that niche, and I would just not recommend to do it, you know? Because you're gonna be competing against these ridiculously big stores. Like, I mean, Gilded Sapphire Studio, you know, like this is a huge store, right? 150,000 orders. You know, this is a very, very big store, and like, how are you really going to differentiate yourself against this store? It's going to be very difficult to do so. Still possible, but very difficult. So it's not something I would really recommend to do. There's lots of other niches out there that I really recommend. Home favorites is my favorite. You know, wall art. Literally anything in here is fucking amazing. Wall art is a really good niche. You know, you're gonna get that good average order value. I like to do, I mean, this is so cool, but this is sick. I like to try and do stuff that's more like this. You know, stuff that's a little bit more wacky, not paintings, but stuff like this store right here. You know, this store, like, this store's cool, you know? If you can find stuff similar to this, where it's wacky, it's a bit weird, perfect for Etsy, and you can get that decent average order value, $70 right there, you know? Yeah, that's what I'd recommend to do over personalized jewelry. How do you fire people so directly though, if it's so quick? Do you just be ruthless or kind of sugarcoat it? That's actually, I love talking about topics like this. So the first time I ever fired someone, he was like a friend of a friend, and truthfully, like, he wasn't really the best, and it was last in, first out. And we just basically needed to get rid of someone because the business just didn't need that employee. Like, we just didn't need that employee. We just didn't need it. So basically, like, it was kind of easier in that position because you're kind of making someone redundant over firing them because of their lack of performance. And last in, first out is kind of like an accepted thing. People understand that. If you've been there for a few weeks, you kind of know, right? If you were the first employee, you know you're going to be there for a longer period of time. So that was quite easy, but I was still really scared because it's quite hard to fire someone. I remember, like, I was shaky, and it was me and my business partner, and my business partner did not want to do it, so I did it. And we got him, like, kind of sat him down, and he was super chill about it. He was super nice. Like, I don't know, I think we bought him a couple pints at the pub after, but like, he was super chill. But to be honest, like the thing is, like, you just have to kind of do it a couple times and then you get used to it. So there's times where you do sugarcoat it, yeah. And obviously you can fire people and kind of like put it so that they believe it's the best option. You know, like, you can say that I don't want, like, one of my past employees see this, but like, yeah, you can do it in a way that's like sugarcoats it to make them believe that it's the best option for them, even if, like, you don't really care or you don't really think so, but you can do it in a good way. But most of the time, bro, like, people don't give a fuck. Like, people don't care about their job. Like, you just fire them and they're okay. You know, like, really, like, that's just the truth around it. Like, bro, like, straight up, I've been, like, super nice. I remember there was a guy that I gave 6 weeks notice to. I was firing him because I just didn't need him. I gave him 6 weeks notice. Normally standard is like 2 weeks. Technically I didn't have to give him notice because it wasn't in his contracts. I mean, maybe, I don't know. But basically I was super fucking nice, gave him 6 weeks, and he was still fucking really annoyed at me by the end of the 6 weeks. So, fuck him. I should have given him 2 weeks because I didn't need him for the 6 weeks. I was nice and gave him an extra 2 grand basically. So, yeah. Bro, what about slogans on t-shirts type stuff? I'm looking for good new niches all evening. Bro, that is not a good fucking niche. I would stay way away from, like, print on demand. Because the problem with print on demand kind of stuff, like, let's do, like, babies t-shirts. So, like, this kind of thing here, this is probably, let me find a fucking good thing. Actually, yeah, that's actually a good one. Trump t-shirt. So I wouldn't really recommend to do something like this because if you look at the average selling price, it's super fucking cheap. Like, it's super low. I mean, $20. Realistically, to do this print on demand, like, let's say if are they charging $6 for shipping to the US? I mean, you're gonna make a bit of money on this, but, like, you've just gotta put so much effort into this kind of thing to actually, like, get it to kind of work. And, like, if you look at their store, like, they've got a lot of fucking products, they've been going for a long time. Like, it's just not something I'd really recommend to do. Because you have to design all this bullshit, it's kind of long, and there's a lot of people trying to compete with you in these sort of niches, you know? How many different sellers have, like, done Trump stuff, you know? Like, in the past, like, 2 months when he's won. Like, there's thousands of products on here, thousands of products. that are realistically probably been posted in the past like 2 months or so, or like revived in the past 2 months or so, like 47 President, like Ain't My First Rodeo kind of thing, like 2024, 47, you know, all these ones have been really pushed in the past 2 months. So yeah, like 47, like all this stuff is the past 2 months since he got in. So it's just going to be really fucking long, and there's so much competition in this niche. Like you can see, like, how long can we go on for? Like page 5, is it still relevant? Yeah, 2024, 47, it's relevant. There's thousands of listings just for this one thing. So doing something like, where is it? Something, not really this, but doing something like curtains, you know, there's not thousands of fucking curtains that are green and cream, you know? Like, there's not crazy amounts of this type of listing, where this type of listing you can easily find. Like you can list this type of product right here quicker than you can list this product right here. This product, you've got to build a little design, you've got to put it in your print on demand, ship, Printful or wherever, and then you've got to do all these little mock-up bullshits, right? This little mock-up stuff, whatever, right? Whereas this thing right here, you're just gonna find something similar like this on AliExpress, just list it with the pre-existing pictures, and then you're done. Literally done. Like that's literally it. You know, so I would always recommend to focus on something that is like a unique product that you aren't designing. That's what I'd always recommend. Yeah, like, and also if you're thinking like crypto, AI, mask, all that kind of stuff, it's like, if you do mask stuff, so one, like on Etsy, it's not the best marketplace to do right-wing things. There's a lot of Trump stuff, like don't get me wrong, but like right-wing stuff's not, Etsy's not the best place ever. Right? When there's a big trend, it's really good to do so, right? Like jumping on like Trump yesterday, I don't know, a couple of days ago when he got inaugurated, right? It's good for like 2 days, and then it falls off a cliff and it's shit. Like no one's gonna be buying a fucking Trump t-shirt in like 2 weeks. Very, very unlikely. Like very, very little amount compared to like before the inauguration, maybe the week after kind of thing. But like long term, those products aren't going to survive. Short term, they're good, but long term, they aren't going to survive. So if you have a brand new store, it's going to be very difficult to like actually make any money with that long term. And the thing that I'd always recommend is like, I don't know, me personally, the way I've always done entrepreneurship is I want to do entrepreneurship the way that I want to do it, and I want to have consistency and longevity with entrepreneurship. I don't want to be chasing trends the entire time. I want to build stores that are going to last a long time and do methods that are going to last a long time. So I can do the stuff that I want to do and not go back and do a 9 to 5, you know? Like if you think about it, a lot of entrepreneurs, they start entrepreneurship, maybe do like 1 or 2 years and they fucking dip out, you know? What sound I do about Trump tariffs? What even are the Trump tariffs? Trump tariffs for dropshipping. I mean, Trump tariffs are only US as well, so like, I've got a very good question. If you're worrying about Trump tariffs, how much money are you making right now in dropshipping to the US? Okay, answer that question, Neri. How much money are you making right now dropshipping to the US? Like, literally this fucking second, how much money are you making? Because if you're not making a substantial amount of money, who gives a fuck? Like, why are you worrying about a problem that hasn't even fucking started for you? And Trump considers a 10% tariff on China from February. Like, is any of this shit even in yet? Or am I wrong? Followed his threats to levy import tax of 25%, 10% tariff. He mentioned a 60% tariff, but it's 10% tariff. Right, like he ain't done shit yet, unless I'm fucking retarded, you know? Like, Neri, what's he done? What do you mean, what should you do? There's nothing you can fucking do, really. Sell to Europe is the option. But I doubt you're even fucking doing money on dropshipping. Like, I doubt you're doing loads, you know? Because like these kind of questions, yeah. Would you recommend reusing an old shop to sell different items on that you did before, even a whole different niche? Would I recommend to do so? Normally not. Is it possible and can it work fine? Yeah, like it's fine. I don't necessarily know the benefit of doing so. I mean, if you have a lot of reviews, it can be good sometimes. But yeah, I mean, fucking give it a go. If that store's doing fuck all and it's doing nothing, go for it. I have a US LLC as well, so I can run my store through that, question mark. I'm based off Portugal, but I want to sell in the UK, US. Bro, like if you launch a store in Portugal, you're literally fine. Like that's a fine market to sell. And also like why? Like, if you're selling on Etsy, bro, your shit is selling to everywhere. It doesn't matter where your store's located. Like, the great thing about Etsy is, like, your store just goes to fucking everyone. Like, it doesn't matter, bro. Like, you can just, it doesn't matter, is what I'm trying to say. Like, it just fucking goes to everywhere. Like, it doesn't matter at all. Oh no, not 60% tariffs on the piece of jewelry you pay $2 for. Literally. Like, it literally won't even matter. Like, but it's not even 60%, it's 10%. He said 10%. He said 60% to get the fucking headline of 60%, Trump's gonna do all this great things. And then backtrack once he's in office. And he hasn't even done shit. He signed like 100 executive orders like the other day. I'm pretty sure none of them were about fucking tariffs from China. Okay, let's say Trump brings in a 10% tariff on your cost of goods. Typically with dropshipping, you're gonna be working on about a 4 times markup, okay? So 75% is like your gross profit for your marketing, for your fees, for other costs. 25% of your cost of goods is your cost of goods. That's what the money you're giving to China, yeah? So that's gonna increase by 10%, who gives a fuck, right? So out of the whole pie, 25% your cost of goods is gonna increase 10%, so it's gonna increase by 2.5%. So your net profit is going to go down 2.5%. But realistically, what's going to happen is that 2.5% or whatever, maybe 3.5%, 4.5% for you, if your cost of goods is higher, you're just going to pass that straight on to the customer. And because every single person ever buys from fucking China, the cost is just going to get passed to the consumer. So it matters 0%, basically. And also nothing's even happened yet, so you have no idea if he's actually gonna bring it in. Because like, did he bring in tariffs before, back when he was in president before? Probably not, right? It doesn't matter. Your cost of goods is 25%, you're just gonna pass on the cost to the customer. It's exactly the same thing when you when the government increases taxes, you just increase the fucking price. He literally said 10%, he said 10%, he said 60% like along the blah 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 road, 60% would crash the fucking US economy. But, so he wouldn't do that, so it's 10%. 10%, it kind of makes sense, because 10% for some companies will make it make sense to bring fat manufacturing into the US. Also, it's business, you just change, you know? Etsy won't give customers phone numbers, but AliExpress asks for it. I can't put my number because I don't live in the country where they're ordering from. Is it okay not to put a number? It's perfectly okay not to put a number, yeah. Spam a random number. I wouldn't put 000, I'd put a number that has the same format. Do you think pet products are a good niche, e.g. beds? Pet beds, yeah, it's a good niche. This is a little dropshipping store right here. Yeah, so pet beds is a really good niche. Yeah, it's a really good niche. Because you've got a good average order value, normally gonna be $50 or more. And yeah, it's a good niche. I'm not gonna lie, pet beds is a very good niche. So one problem with pet beds though is your deactivations are gonna be high. So that's the only thing you have to bear in mind. Just like other niches out there that are more hot, this is one of them. But like this store right here, like there's problems with this store, but it's made a few sales, you know, it's got a few orders, it's got very cool listings. I like these listings a lot. I've seen these listings many times before, but I do like them a lot. Like it's a good niche. Okay, let's have a little look. The first review is 5th of December. So they've been running for what, like 2 months? 2 months and they got 64 reviews. I mean, what, 64 times, what, 50, 3,200. So it should be maybe what, $1,500 profit, $1,000 profit in 2 months. Not too bad. Not too bad. Okay, so like $1,000, $1,500 profit in 2 months. First 2 months ever. This is definitely their first store ever. And they've been fucking lazy as fuck because they've only got 18 products listed. So the consensus is yes, good. Why is that bad? Bad photos? Question mark. So the reason why the store is kind of a bit shit, first thing, is because they've only got fucking 18 products. You know, they've only got 18 products. That's not that many products considering, right? We can see here, last updated November. So that's probably when they first started their store, 30th of November. So their store's been live for almost 2 months, but they've only listed 18 products because they're lazy. Realistically, the cost will be fronted by Chinese manufacturers anyways. People underestimate how cheap China is able to make shit. it won't be fronted. It won't be fronted by the Chinese. Because like, where else are you gonna go? It won't be fronted by the Chinese because where the fuck else are you gonna buy items from? Like I think people underestimate like how difficult what China does as a country like is. You know, like in terms of logistics, in terms of the ports, in terms of all the factories, in terms of the employees, in terms of the materials, like to have that level of logistics to pump out that many products in like such a wide range of like fucking things, and in terms of all the computers, in terms of everything, the cost will just get passed on to the end consumer. So yeah, like it just will. It won't, the Chinese won't take it because like, why would they? Like, I don't know, like maybe for some things, like maybe for computers and phones and stuff, it will get kind of like, maybe it won't be as drastic, but like this kind of shit, bro, like where the fuck else are you gonna buy pet beds other than China? Like, like what other country is making pet beds at scale like China is, or is able to make pet beds at scale like China is? Or something like jewelry. Like, where the fuck else is making this many different types of jewelry that fucking China's doing? Like, it's just not possible. Like, bro, all this shit's made in fucking China. Every single fucking thing you're seeing right now is made in China. Like, where else are you able to do this cheap? Not US. US is not possible. So, yeah. Production partner is the biggest fucking scam on Etsy ever. Like, Etsy doesn't require you, but they push you to put in a production partner, and production partners do fucking nothing. It's kind of funny. Like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you do it right, you will never get a deactivation. Like, if you do things correctly, you'll never get deactivations. With the methods that we're using inside EK, really, like, no deactivations, or very few, if it happens. And to be honest, it's kind of very rare that you see a store go down if you're following the correct methods right now. Y2K keychains, phone charms, and carabines is a good niche. No, terrible niche. Fucking low average order value, okay? So, Mr. Just what I want you to do, bro, is literally go to any niche. Doesn't matter, categories, art and collectibles, let's do accessories, all accessories, yeah? If you want to sell accessories, right, like keychains, bullshit like that, cool, whatever, right? The key thing you need to understand is, like, really to make any money online, you need to be selling stuff $25 to $100. Just the truth around, right? You can do over $100, but $25 minimum is what you need to be selling shit at. I don't see any fucking, I mean, keychain, that's cool, but that's personalized, you know? You can sell this, but you need $25 minimum. People aren't really spending $25 on a keychain unless a keychain is from Louis Vuitton, okay? If you're Louis Vuitton, then you can charge, I think Louis Vuitton they charge like £200 for a fucking keychain. £200 for a fucking keychain. Some of the £200 for that little fucking metal keychain right there. Not even gold plated, not even fucking any bullshit, right? It's aluminum, basically. Yeah. Are many restrictions in the jewelry niche? Do you recommend getting into it? No, normally no, I don't recommend getting into jewelry. You buying stores at the moment? I'm always open to a nice little deal, but really depends on the store and the numbers. I want a store that's an established though. Just what I want right now, an established store. Can the stuff that we use like stop you getting IP striked if you sell Disney stuff on Etsy? Like, no. Can reduce it, but like, no. Yeah, obviously you still get deactivations in hot niches. It's just less likely. You just go for a longer period of time. I just don't recommend to do, I mean, pet niche is a good niche, but it's like, I personally haven't sold in it in a long time, so I don't know how the deactivations are right now. Jackets or handbags? What do we think is the better niche? Wait, actually, I've got an idea. I've got an idea. Wait, I'm gonna do a poll. What's that wait, can I do a poll? Can you do that thing? Yeah, wait. Jackets or bags? Anyways, it was 50-50. 50% of you are wrong. Handbags is not really the best niche. Jackets is way better than handbags. Fuck handbags. Go do jackets. That's the TLDR. Jackets is better. To be honest, more people buy, like, handbags is good, but really, like, just, yeah, I don't really want to explain myself too much. Jackets is better. Just trust me on that one. Just trust me on that one. Got data, question mark. I don't see many people going to Etsy for clothes, probably does fine, but a handbag is a better gift and generally the average woman has way more bags than jackets. So my reasoning behind jackets versus bags on Etsy and jackets being better is jackets, you are completely correct. Handbags, I feel like I feel like in terms of how many jackets a girl has to how many handbags a girl has, girls probably have maybe more handbags, kind of depends on the girl though. I feel like some girls have jackets, because by jackets, I'm including kind of like cardigans, I'm including everything within the jacket's niche. Like a jacket, something like fucking that, you know? Yeah? So I'm including everything about that. So I wouldn't necessarily, I like, it's kind of similar, right? It's kind of similar in terms of quantity. But competition for handbags, in my personal experience, is a lot higher. Uniqueness is a lot lower, right? Handbags, people often buy handbags, particularly people that I know, women that I know, it's more about the brand than necessarily the specific design of a handbag. Not that many people care about the brand of a jacket as much as the brand of a handbag. So that's the kind of initial mentality, right? Like, without any data backing it up, I'm looking at it like that, right? So I have loads of data, right? So that's one thing. Just purely based on my own experience of like, I don't know, 400 people inside my group. Tens of people have done jackets specifically. Tens of people have done handbags specifically. People that see more success, like double or triple or quadruple the amount of success in jackets. Me personally, I have tried handbags maybe 4 separate times, 5 separate times maybe, on separate stores, separate kind of ways, angles. In terms of jackets, 5 times as good, genuinely. So based upon my own data of other people that I've personally seen, kind of looking at it from the outside perspective as well, I think jackets is a lot easier to sell to people. You know, if you look at, let's use a good example. Very good example. I've got a very fucking good example. One of the largest female clothing websites, bro, why are they like half naked? What the fuck? One of the largest like female clothing websites in the UK and probably in the whole world in terms of like fashion kind of stuff, right? Pretty Little Thing, huge fucking website. Do you see handbags here? They've got accessories at the top, but accessories is far to the right, along by beauty. Not their biggest categories. If they were their biggest categories, they'd be towards the left, okay? Homepage right here, they got the fucking lingerie shut up there. Outwear, right there. I'm sure you could also check on, I might prove myself wrong here, but we'll see on the left, this is probably like, 2,000 products maybe? Yeah, there's a lot, bro, look. There's maybe, 200 there? Maybe not 2,000, maybe like 1,500. You know what I'm saying? I'm counting up the amount of specific items they have in the categories. So I know it's not a perfect example and it's not like the fucking perfect split test kind of thing, but it's reasonably accurate, I think. But yeah. The easiest way for me to explain how big fashion is on Etsy is they promote it right fucking here. Like, it's fashion fine. You know, they wouldn't do this shit if they didn't fucking bang, you know? And I mean, even this is a fucking good example. Fashion finds. Bro, like we're going by the top left to the bottom right. That's how we read in English, right? So we go top left and then it's kind of like, we look like this and then we maybe go down to the bottom right. But bottom fucking right is the last place we look. Last place we look as humans, right? We read from top left, you know? That's the bottom right. Bags and purses, the bottom right. I can't prove it more than that. That's the perfect example. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Like, home favorites would probably be the same thing. You know, the bottom right one's gonna be the worst. I don't really agree with this one, but we're just gonna ignore this because it didn't prove my point. But yeah, I'm just saying based on my experience, right? Maybe people have different experiences. Also, when I niche, should I have bags, jackets, shoes, stores, or should I just really niche specific? Go niche specific. So like, your whole store should be based around cozy throws. You know, your whole store should be based around linen clothing. The whole thing should just be based around like, bro, what is this? Linen clothing. Bro, this seems like such a weird product picture. The rest of them are kind of normal. These seem a bit weird. I don't know. Just me? Like overly, I don't know. Bro, if you're gonna buy Etsy stores, one, you're not really allowed to buy Etsy stores, so you're gonna run into problems doing that. In terms of taxes, it's not gonna be set up properly. and you're not really allowed to transfer stores. So like buying stores and like transferring details, like legally is a headache. Okay, is the thing. I'm not disregarding your strategy. I'm just saying like, I would not buy stores that have like no orders on it. Like buying a store just to buy a store, because one, you're not allowed to sell stores on Etsy, so there's headaches with that and it's potential issues with that. Two, like you're not allowed to transfer details out. Like if a store's in my name, I can't transfer it into your name without really kind of raising some red flags or like having some issues with that. It's just easier to make new stores, like in my opinion, from someone that's made like 3,000 stores. Well, 3,000 stores, 3,000 profiles, but still, thousands of stores, over 1,000 stores. What do you think of the rug niche, like cartoony type stuff, not Disney stuff? I think it's good. Considering the platform difference heavily, I see jackets working better on it. Yeah, like, I answered that one as well. Jackets, women don't buy jackets on Etsy. Sorry, on Amazon. And like, no one buys jackets on Amazon, do they? People buy jackets on like ASOS and shit like that. Like, they don't buy jackets on Amazon. No one buys jackets on Amazon. I mean, some people obviously do, but it's more for like the features rather than the look. Just trust me, handbags ain't a good niche. What's the clothing brand? Something coming soon. It's like a little clothing brand that I'm gonna be testing, and I'll build it in public. I've just been very busy building other things. Women buy tons of Van branding clothes on Amazon, hence why a lot of clothing brands have it on Amazon stores. Bro, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. Like, they do, obviously, but also Amazon is a very different platform. Like, jacket. Because Amazon is a platform about price competition more than just like bullshit. And it's about features, bro. Like, look, jackets, it's like featured jackets. It's like waterproof jackets, you know? Windproof, puff it. Like, it's not about the uniqueness of a jacket. Like, by the way, I typed in jackets, men's jacket came up. You're thinking too much of fashion conscious women. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, like every woman's fashion conscious to some element. Every person's fashion conscious to some element. Like, even if you don't like fashion, that's still like a fashion conscious element. You know, like people still care, like even if people like shit and don't like shit, you know? Like, I like this blue hoodie because it's nice, you know? Like, do I particularly care about the brand? Not really, but like, I like the hoodie. It's like my favorite fucking hoodie because it fits perfectly. It's like warm, but not too, like, it's perfect, you know? But do I particularly care? Like, you know? But like, my perfect example here, bro, like, I don't know, bro, this is a brand new, I've never gone on Amazon before. I typed in jackets, it's all men's jackets comes up. Etsy is 80% women, first thing, right? Bro, look, these are selling based upon features, not selling based upon looks. These are all boring. These are all basically the same. Every woman is fashion conscious. Even women that aren't particularly attractive, right? They still care and they still have things that they like. Like, even I'm not fashion conscious personally, but I still have things that I like, you know? Like, I don't really care, but like, I still, like, I'm wearing specific things that I like the look of, you know? I don't really give a fuck, but like, you know what I'm trying to say? So focusing on looks and uniqueness on Etsy is better than utility. Bro, 100%. People don't buy on Etsy because of utility. People buy on Etsy because of uniqueness and a unique item. On Amazon, you're price competing. It's a price competing platform. That's just what it is. It's a race to the bottom. That's what Amazon is. You can make money on it, but it's not the best platform for margins, okay? I like fucking margins, you know? But on Etsy, like if you type in jackets for, wait 1 second. If you type in jackets for women, this will be the perfect example. These will be unique and different. I fucking love Etsy so much. So look, I typed in women jacket and I typed in jackets for women here. And you can see these are unique, these are different, these are interesting, you know? That really stands out. That's quite an interesting product. Okay, this is fucking crazy unique. This is partly because of my algorithm and partly because of this Etsy store, this Etsy account. But like, look how unique this kind of shit is, you know? Look how unique this kind of shit is. Super unique, super different. Like, look, fucking nurse drip. Bruh, 2,000 reviews. And nurses got bread in US. Like, nurses are breaded up in the US. Jackets for fat women. Bro, there's not that many fat people. I don't know. People, this is the same thing with like gay products and LGBTQ plus products. They're like 2% of the population. Fat people are definitely more than like 2% of the LGBT people. But yeah, bro, to be honest, the average Karen in the pub, like a 40-year-old woman in the pub, to be honest, she probably doesn't give that much of a fuck. But I don't know. It depends, you know? I think about my mum's friends and like all the women that I know, like even the ones that aren't like particularly attractive, they still care, you know? Like, women still wear makeup, like, even if they're not particularly attractive. You know what I'm saying? Like, they still try their best for the most part. It's just a cultural thing. Even larger women. Well, so thanks for your content. Before I got suspended, I did like 5.5K in 2 months. And I'm starting up a couple more stores now that's going to be niche specific. Nice, bro. But also, don't get suspended. Come join Etsy Kings. It's a fucking great program, but still. But yeah, shame you got suspended, bro, but fucking, you're welcome, G. You're welcome. Bro, men care more and more about fashion. Kind of a bit homosexual if you ask me, but they do care a lot more. I don't personally get it. Bro, look at this little product. This is a cool product. Not something I would sell, but it's a cool product, nevertheless. Now, look at this. It's cute, like it's cool, perfect Etsy product. But $9 is fucking dog shit. Don't sell some shit like that, because you're not gonna make any fucking money. But something like this is a good little product. You know? Hostess gift, little candle holder, $26 average order value. It's got an Etsy's pick, you know, they know that I'm loving this type of stuff. So will you be able to find something exactly like this on AliExpress? I don't think so, but could we find something kind of similar? I mean, this is somewhat similar, like a little lotus candle holder, somewhat similar. Bro, look at this. Look at this little product. This is sick. Look at this, look how cute this is. 5 days delivery, £15. Let's see if it's already on batch from Turkey, bro. They're selling it for too much, man. They're trying to get too much out of that. Little Turkish, bro. They got loads of the little fucking things. That's cool. Bro, I just recommend AliExpress as a thing. Is that actually? Bro, I don't know, man. People need to be out like, look at this. This is sick. Like, that's such a cool product. You know, is that gonna make you 10 grand a month? No. But could that make you a little £100 profit a month, £200 profit a month? Yeah. 100%. 100%. Look at this little, look at this little guy. This little guy's pretty cool. I like this. Is that gonna make you fucking 10 grand a month? No. You know? What would a pet bed store earn, do you reckon? Bro, just fucking start one, don't be a pussy. Probably double the money you're earning right now on it. I don't know, bro, like, it's impossible to say what a specific type of store would earn. Realistically, I would expect anyone should be able to achieve fucking $100 profit in their first 6 weeks on Etsy. And that's $100 more than you fucking had before. It's hard to predict what profit it's gonna make. Someone else in the chat literally said that he's just watched the free content, made 5.5 grand in like 2 months. That's revenue, but still probably like $1 grand or $2 grand profit. Maybe that even was profit. So, fucking don't be a pussy. If you guys wanna join Etsy Kings, the best fucking program in the entire fucking universe for starting and scaling Etsy stores, and how to scale to fucking 10K a month, how to avoid deactivations, how to do fucking everything, then I will post a link, the top link in the description. You can go join that. Best. Make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel. I post the link to apply Etsy Kings there. You can do that. You go through the application. You book in a call with either a team member or myself. To be honest, probably would be me. If you book it in the evenings, sometimes it can be me. So maybe you'll speak to me, maybe not. Free guides in the description. Mine was 1,800 profit so far in 1 month. Month 1. Fucking wonderful. There you go. Perfect fucking example. But if you made that much fucking money, you should just fucking join Etsy Kings. You have enough money to join it, and you fucking would have done fucking double that if you would have joined from the beginning. But anyways, so after 2 weeks and I only got one sale, how can it be better? Join Etsy Kings. That's how you can be better. Number 1, that's always number 1. And if you don't want to do that, go watch all my free guides. Go to my YouTube channel right now. Yeah, go to my YouTube channel, click on videos, click popular, done. Go watch all those videos. Okay.